Years ago, I was invited on a mission trip to Kenya in Africa. And part of the mission trip was we were going to go door to door or hut to hut sharing the gospel. Now, I was new to this. The whole thing was kind of out of my comfort zone. But I decided to go. I felt like God wanted me to go. The night before I was to go, I had to work late at the office. You know how it is when you take off, you have to work extra in order to take off. So I was there till like 1, 2 in the morning. And about 11 o'clock, I was sitting there doing my work, and all of a sudden, all these thoughts started coming into my mind. Thoughts of, David, if you go on this trip, you're going to fail. You're not going to do any good. You're going to make a fool of yourself. They don't want to hear what you have to say. So I continued to have these thoughts, but pressed through, got home, got my luggage, got to the airport, and got on the plane. And the moment I got on the plane, the thoughts left me. I felt peace that I had made the right decision. Coming back from the trip, and it was a wonderful trip, life-changing trip, sharing the gospel. I came back and shared the story with one of my mentors, and he said, well, it sounds like you were under attack. And at that moment, I realized that the thoughts that I was having and the experience that I was having wasn't just me and my own thoughts. There was an enemy there trying to keep me from moving forward, going to the mission trip. And it reminds me of Paul's words in Ephesians 6, verse 12, where Paul says, "For we are not fighting against flesh and blood enemies, but against evil rulers and authorities of the unseen world, against mighty powers in the dark world, and against evil spirits in the heavenly places." And his comment just helped me realize that anytime I'm going to go out to share the gospel, I'm going to face thoughts, I'm going to face things from the enemy that I need to overcome. And during that time, not only do I need to realize there's an enemy trying to stop me, but the way to wage war against that enemy, which Paul brings up later on in Ephesians, where he talks about the armor of God, specifically where he says, take the sword of the Spirit, which is the Word of God. Because when you're wanting to share the gospel, or you have the opportunity and those thoughts and doubts come into your mind, you're not going to be able to rely on your feelings, because your feelings are going to say, don't do it. Or if you do it, you're going to fail. Don't rely on those. Rely on the Word of God, knowing that God has called you to the task. It is a part of your mission. You are His ambassador. He goes with you, and you can leave the results to Him.